Hello and welcome to the JDPC, the Jack Davolio Photo Chats, episode 2. This is the first time I record video as well, so you can enjoy this conversation I had with Govinda Rumi, both in audio format and on video. You can find the video on Spotify and YouTube. If you enjoyed this conversation as much as I did, you know what to do. Hit the like and subscribe buttons and make sure to leave a comment if you have any suggestions or ideas for who could be the next guest or what kind of questions I could ask or things I could get up to. I don't know. You tell me. Anyway, before we get right into it, a little message from our sponsor, PicTime. For delivering galleries, making blogs, slideshows, and reels, I use PicTime. I've been a photographer for over a decade and I've tried a lot of gallery systems, and frankly, PicTime is just the best. PicTime makes it easy to set up beautiful galleries with an integrated store and automated marketing systems. You just set it up and bam! Your clients can buy prints directly from your galleries and have them shipped anywhere around the world. One of the latest new features is that PicTime now also supports videos. So it's video time now, baby. You can host long videos and short clips here and there to make your gallery come to life. When it's time to elevate your photography business, it's time for PicTime. Now here's the deal, folks. You sign up to the code JDPC and you get an extra month for free. That's right, baby. 1 month on me. And we're on.
Hello. How are you doing, Jack? Should I look there or there?
I guess just look at me.
Yeah, okay.
Hi.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us on the second episode of the JDPC.
Thanks for having me.
Of course, thank you. Here we are in Bali, and it's hot and humid, and it's also the off season, so it's a good time to come visit. Mm-hmm. How are you doing? What are you up to today?
I'm doing great. So actually, I'm preparing for a workshop next week. I'm having speakers from all over Asia, from Japan, from Malaysia, from Singapore, and we're all gathering here in Bali next week. It's called Fill the Frame.
Wow, amazing. Mm-hmm. How many people are you having?
35. So it's a medium-sized workshop.
Cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Not like way up north where it's 500.
Yeah. God, I'm 1 week too early. Should have been here next week. This is tricky. It makes me want to look there, but I'm trying not to. We look there, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, no, me and Govi met at way up north. Mm-hmm. Last time was in Florence, but we met once before. I think you did a speech
at Nice.
In Nice, yeah, that's right.
Nice, yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, I've been a huge fan of your work.
Thank you.
Ever since I discovered you.
Thank you.
There's something about the way you shoot that really stands out. Mm-hmm. And that's something we're going to get into.
Okay, so sure.
I prepared some questions. Yeah. But first I'm going to ask you a very quick question. What do you think? If you just take a lot of photos, maybe there's going to be a good one in there. Mm-hmm. Yes or no?
Yes. I mean, like one shot. One kill, one shot is bullshit. Like we need to take a lot of photos and just always be on standby.
When you see a very nice picture, do you ever think, wonder what camera shot this picture?
For other people? Mm-hmm. Yes.
Guilty, don't we all?
Especially like if there's lots of details and there's great gradation from the colors. I always wonder what kind of camera that person uses. Yeah.
Okay, I like it. I feel like you're being honest with us here, so I'm gonna.
I'm a camera geek, so yeah.
Yeah, you just wonder, right?
I just wonder.
Okay, I have one more quick question. Are you ever going around with your proper camera on you, and you want to take a photo, but then you catch yourself reaching for your phone?
Yeah, most of the time. Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah, it's just more convenient with the phone, and yeah. Especially if you put your camera inside a bag.
Yeah.
That makes it harder to get out.
So extra step.
For me, if you want to go out with a proper camera, you have to have the intention. So you're there for shooting, nothing else. But when you're traveling, sightseeing, the phone always comes out first.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I have this running joke with a friend of mine who was also a photographer. When we're traveling, we take photos with our phone, and then we're like, we're never going to look at that one again, are we? Like, you still want to do it. You see something, you want to take it. Do you also fall victim to that? Do you have that feeling?
But I I use the RAW mode on my phone.
Oh, wow. When you take photos with your phone, do you use the stock camera app or do you have a special camera app? Or
I use the Pro mode, so it's the RAW mode. I use a Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra, so I use the Pro mode over there.
Wow,
So it's
nice.
it's very flexible. We can adjust all the things there, like the shutter speed, the ISO, and after you edit, I can match it with my cameras.
Wow,
Yeah.
amazing. Now, I'm going to offer you two options. If in the middle of a wedding, your whole gear gets destroyed, and you're offered an iPhone 14 or 3 disposable cameras to take photos of with for the rest of the day, which one do you choose?
I think I'll choose the disposable cameras.
Wow, and why?
I think it'll look cool.
It just looks better.
Yeah, it looks better. Like it's more authentic in a way, and I've always wanted to do that for the longest of times.
It's almost like asking quantity versus quality, but there's another element of the quality of the disposable is actually lower.
Yeah,
But it has this lo-fi look as well, so maybe
that's all. Yeah,
there's something to it.
that's all. Yeah,
And it's also more instant, you know, with it's just less thinking and
but that's what the Gen Z wants, right now.
yeah,
And
right.
they're becoming our clients soon enough.
Yeah, I think I
Yeah.
had a few, but actually I was going to ask you about that, about you know, the latest wedding trends or anything you've noticed that comes up.
I've noticed that they're looking for more messy stuff. Whereas 10 years ago, we see these proper Jose Villa
Yeah,
structured shoots. Now they tend to shift more towards more lo-fi, disposable, grain,
Yeah.
underexposed, and just posing as it is. So it's more like authenticity in a way. But it's a cycle. Like
Yeah.
we've had that before also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you reckon we're in a stage where people want more messy, vintage, maybe a bit nostalgic, grainy, lo-fi stuff?
Yes, we're on that stage right now. But then again, I say like it's a cycle.
Yeah.
So we might go back again to
Yeah.
those proper stuff, but we'll never know. Maybe Gen Alpha goes back there. So
Back to like clean and high
yeah,
quality.
yeah. But do you remember like the first time we discovered film photography when we grew up?
Yeah.
It's there. It's that for the Gen Zs right
Yeah.
now.
It's more about the experience, I guess,
Yeah.
to get something out of it and
But
feel and
yeah, I don't know about you, but I've learned film first, then digital. So
Oh yeah, no, I started digital.
yeah, I started 2008, and digital was kind of expensive
Yeah.
back then. So I
Yeah.
studied with a film,
All right.
and film rolls were like €1 a piece, I think,
Wow.
back then. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Do you find yourself adjusting a little bit to those trends, whether you think it's conscious or subconscious, but do you feel like your style changes a bit with this current trend of looking for messy, lo-fi, film-like photos? Or do you feel like your style remains true to what you want regardless?
Okay. You don't need to move.
This is a weird setup, but whatever, we're going with it.
Yeah, for me, like trends may change, but for us photographers, I think we need to have like a certain core element in our work that stays true to ourselves. So for me, that's spontaneous. So whatever I do, it's always spontaneous. I shoot proper composition stuff, but it's always spontaneous. I never plan that ahead. And now more towards these kind of trends where people just be who they are, that's something spontaneous also. So
Yeah.
I try to work with what I enjoy, which is not expecting anything when shooting. So there's some elements through it that could be relevant today.
Okay, so you're saying the current trend is more like how you shoot anyway.
Yeah, like
It's like fitting with your style already.
It's nothing out of the ordinary for me. So
Yeah.
I do it anyways, but now I show it more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I've noticed another trend now. There's a lot more flash. being
I
used.
don't do that.
Yeah, right. Me neither. And I'm like, I don't know why I feel tempted. I'm like, should I also do it? But I'm like, nah, no, it's not my thing. Like in the daytime, you know.
No, if I want to do it, I want to do it really good.
Yeah.
You know, like with one hand and just like doing those stuff.
Yeah.
Not just like on shoe.
Yeah.
But it takes a lot of time, and sometimes I miss the moment when I just do those kind of things.
Okay, so we're not in favor of that kind of flash photography. Boo, that trend, we don't like it. Boo.
You know what I hate even more?
Okay, let's hear it.
You know when they just flash and then spin it?
Oh yeah,
But the
lights,
couple is just standing still, so I don't see the essence. But if it's moving, then it kind of makes sense.
Right.
I don't know if have you seen those kind of shots where they just with no context and just
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I do the flash and swivel for party shots.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
when it's
yeah.
like an action shot. Yeah. For
portrait,
portraits, I've never done it.
Yeah. No, nothing wrong with it, but it's
It's fine. I'm just saying, I don't
just
do it
normal.
either.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've seen it. Yeah, but yeah, I also I guess I wouldn't be a fan because I don't do it.
Yeah. I just don't see the context through it. In a way. Okay, switch.
Yalla. So I guess what really strikes a lot of people about your photography is your compositions, and you just mentioned that you don't really think about it in advance. So that's actually something I wanted to ask you more about, particularly about the creative process on how do you come up with those ideas. And it sounds like you are in the moment, you're looking at things, you think you come up with something, right? But how do you come up with ideas in the moment? How do the ideas come to you? Do you have anything that helps you? Do you have ways in which you enhance your creativity or things you think about? In which direction do your thoughts go in this moment?
For me, photography is more about instinct. So all these things you just mentioned are very instinctual. So it comes through the spur of the moment. And I don't really have concepts or, as you said, I don't think beforehand before I shoot. And I think it comes from practice. Practice comes in a lot of ways, from shooting a lot, from seeing a lot, and from observing things around you. And that's what I keep with me. So visual libraries, as I would love to say it, like it's just there. So when I see something, it would connect instantly to things I've seen before. So that's why if I see these two pillars, I know what to do. Or if I see a light diagonal like just shining like that, I know these kind of scenes would look great in this. So it's just practice. It's very simple.
Okay, so you practice with your compositions until you get like an instinct for
I think it's all instinct for me. Because if you always look at reference before you shoot and everything, you're stuck in that. So you have a pattern which you have to see things first before you shoot. But if you shoot with an empty headspace and just through things that you've experienced before, it's another fun experience. So you don't need to think less and just feel more in a way.
Think less, feel more.
Yeah.
Love it. It's very, very clippable. Think less, feel more.
Yeah.
Do you ever have moments in which you feel stuck when you're there, you're ready to shoot, and those ideas or instincts, nothing comes up? What do you do when that happens?
I pretend that I need to go to the toilet.
Change lens.
Change lens.
I need to change my lens right now.
Yeah. No. For the first 5 years of my photography, I usually get stuck during shoots, so it's normal.
Yeah, it happens. To everyone,
Yeah, it happens.
Right?
But once you're in the role and you've been more experienced, it gets less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're saying practice more and
No,
you
like
don't get stuck as much. But
from practice, from experience. How would you? I want to ask you, like, how your first wedding and now.
Yeah.
Do you know what to do now, or you still know nothing?
Right. My turn to answer questions. It's definitely a lot different from the first wedding that I shot, where I remember the feeling was more like, oh wow, look at this, oh wow, look at that, and just kind of chasing all those things. Whereas Now, I still get that impulse, but I also have more of an idea of how I'm going to do it and how what I do in the moment affects how the gallery looks in the end and what to capture. It's you're right, like an instinct that you practice.
Can I enter also?
Yep.
So in Indonesia, there's a trend where couples want to hire one or two more photographers for their wedding day. I don't know, in Europe, do they have that trend nowadays?
Not so much.
They have like photographers who want different styles on the day.
Wow.
Yeah.
So more than one, but different styles. That's really interesting.
But
Never
I'm
seen
considered like the older generation because I've been shooting this like for 15 years.
Yeah.
And I've seen the younger ones. They're more aggressive. They want to shoot everything. But once you have experience, you know, oh, that's not gonna do, like, no, not really. It's like, that's not really important in a way, or we don't really need to shoot that. There are other important things that we can shoot to make the story better. And sometimes that's comes from experience.
Yeah. This reminds me, once I saw a videographer I was working with in a wedding, jumping to get the shot of the groom tying his shoes and then didn't quite get it right and was, can you do it again? And I was just thinking, this is so not important. Like, who cares? It's like the close-up of the shoelace, like, whatever. And this, so I've noticed that too. Sometimes I see other people working and can't help but get judgmental.
But here's the thing. People learning nowadays, they see images from the internet. So I think younger generations, they don't join workshop as much as we do because information is everywhere, so they think they understand. But if you only see these images on the internet, you would think those things are important, like a close-up of fixing the tie. But where you need to focus more is the interaction. Is the groom feeling nervous? How would you capture it? Or is the groom having friends around, his dad around or something? Take that connection more. I feel that's a more meaningful photo for them in the long run.
Yeah.
Like for now, it's just cool. Oh, you just bought an expensive tie. But 20 years later or 30 years later, you want a photo with your dad or someone around you.
Yeah, exactly. I completely agree. We're on the same page there.
All right.
Now I'm going to maybe hit you with a bit of a harder question since you say I can go crazy here. I think I heard you say in the past, maybe around the time when we first met, that because a lot of us in Europe were envious of the kind of venues you shoot in here in Bali and you know around here.
I'm envious of
exactly. I heard you say you were envious of us shooting in in England in like warehouses because you when you end up going to the same amazing venue like 5 times, doesn't it get a bit stale? Doesn't it get a bit hard to find a new composition or a new cool shot? Right? How does it feel when you go back to the same amazing venue like 5, 6, 10 times? Do you try and like find a new photo, or do you just feel like I know what works, I know what's good, and go back to the good photo that you found before?
I think it's not just about amazing, it's just the same venue. So let's emphasize on shooting in the same venue multiple times. If you shoot in a castle for 100 times, it's just a venue.
Yeah.
But for me, what makes me happy during shoots is how can I make something different today? At least I have a mindset of, all right, I'm going to shoot something, all right, I'm going to shoot 10 different things today than what I usually shoot. At least 10. But it usually goes more from there. So by having these self-challenges during weddings, you could get some fresh ideas, and people, or the bride and groom, they would say, oh, I didn't expect that from the shoot.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That's an amazing idea. I love that, the self-challenges.
Yeah. Yeah, because if you shoot more than 100 weddings, you need to have these self-challenges to make it more interesting, I guess.
Yeah, otherwise you end up feeling same, you know, you want to keep it fresh. I love that.
How's the light?
Yeah, it's changing, but I guess the camera is adapting. Still looking good here.
All right.
We got it. Mine is looking like I get this light from
Do you
the
need
phone.
light from my phone also?
It's all good, it's all good. All right. I feel like in your shoots, you are very good at creating an environment where the couple feels playful. Like they're chasing their curiosity with enthusiasm and they just want to play with their surroundings. And I was wondering, how do you help the couple get there? What are your prompts or ways to get started in that, sort of mindset of like, let's play, let's.
It's a very hard question because I never intend my couples to do those things. So I think maybe it's just my calm presence where they just be themselves because I don't ask them to do something they're not comfortable with. I think that's where most people should start with. Don't make these couples be someone else. Just allow them to be themselves. So I bring out their best qualities, I bring out their quirks, and just focus on that. If I see, oh, I like the way you're sniffing on her hair, just keep at it, just keep doing that.
Keep doing that.
Yeah.
And do more of it.
Yeah, and not stopping that. And that's where I guess makes the playfulness and what do you call that? The excitement during my shoots.
Yeah, that sort of enthusiastic playfulness.
Yeah, because I'm not the type of that hype person,
Yeah.
But they're just doing it by themselves.
Yeah. There's something about you that
Yeah.
brings it out. So you're not doing anything intentionally.
No.
This doesn't translate for the rest of us. Sorry. The answer is you have to be Govinda. Yeah. So, okay, I'm going to make it even harder, this question. What if they don't do any of that? If the couple just stands there and smiles and does the same forced smile every time and there's nothing, like weird intimate gesture or unusual, what do you do then if that's all they do?
Exaggerate on it. So if they have this awkwardness smile, just focus on it. So it's maybe they're not comfortable in the photos, but that's who they are. But it doesn't happen like that usually. Once we focus on that, we just tell them they're doing okay, they're doing great, they'll open up. And how stiff people can be stiff, but they can still walk, they can still sit down. Just take photos of them sitting down or walking. So everyone can walk if they have feet.
Yeah. Okay, so you're saying there's no right or wrong way of posing.
No.
Whatever they do, you just exaggerate it. I love this. It's like heightening. It's a concept in improv comedy where something happens, you say yes and you can make it bigger and bigger and bigger, and that's awesome. Love it. Let's go back to simple questions.
You're tired of asking difficult questions.
Let's go back to simple. Okay. How's your year looking? Do you have many weddings this year? Are you going far away from here or mostly in the area? And you got any gigs, like workshops, talking at conferences? Tell us a bit about your 2025.
2025 is actually the time I'm starting to look for other things to do than just weddings. So I'm planning to make a book or an exhibition. I've never had one in 15 years of my career as a wedding photographer. So maybe I'll do something in those kind of genres.
Yeah.
And for gigs, it's kind of an interesting year because most people now book things closer to their event than the past. Because,
that's true.
In the past, people book 1 or 2 years in advance, but now it's like 2-3 months. Then they'll contact you, and it's, I don't know if in Europe it's the same.
I've seen that too. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like, oh, there's a wedding next week, or I've had one the next day, like a surprise proposal, and I'm like, okay, let's do it.
Love it. It's even more spontaneous than what we're used to. It works well
but
for
it
us.
makes me more nervous, actually. Like, I don't have any preparation before that. I'm just like, oh, tomorrow I have to shoot.
Oh, fuck.
Well,
okay.
all right.
Better go sort everything out, charge everything, double check.
But yeah, I have a few shoots in Japan also, and in Australia. Yeah.
Wow, cool. That's the furthest you're going this year. Anything in Europe?
This year, taking it slow because last year it was
crazy.
Like every month I'm somewhere else, so it's like I just want to slow it down this year.
I feel you. I've had it too. I've had once, 4 months back to back from one country to the other, and I'm just like so tired of traveling.
Yeah, as fun as fun as traveling goes, it could get depressing if you're that long. If you're that like long periods of time away from home.
Yeah. Talking about home.
Yeah.
Have you ever worked with Cheryl?
In what way? In shoots or in other stuff?
In any way, photography related?
She actually always joins my shoot.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What does she do? Like shooting,
she talks
or
to
she talks to the couple?
She talks to the couple.
What?
So because I hate talking.
Oh my God, that's amazing. Now we know it. That's the secret. That's it. That's the secret to Govinda style. It's just bring Cheryl. She's the one that makes the couples relax and everything. Amazing.
Yeah, she loves talking to people. But in a way, I learned from her also. It's not easy for me to, what do you call that? Like to chit chat in surface level first.
Yeah.
So I learned that from her. So how she can just be comfortable with anyone she sees.
Yeah.
And that helps me in a way with my photography work as well.
Amazing. Wow.
You can learn anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Great. So we gotta find our own Cheryl if we want to shoot as good as getting. Another quick question: Do people thank you? Do people ever call you Govi or Gov? What's your favorite nickname?
Gov?
Gov?
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Let's go with Gov from now on.
Or just my full name.
Govinda Rumi, everybody.
Yeah.
So if you were to get married, how would your process be for looking for your own wedding photographer? I mean, I know you know a lot of wedding photographers, so you probably have like a gazillion options. And maybe you have somebody in mind already, but I'm just curious about the process. Like, what kind of things would you think about if you were choosing who to hire for your own wedding?
This sounds such a basic couple answer. The one that can make me look good.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. No, like, I have this theory that no matter how creative your shots are, if they don't look good in the photos, they won't like it.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're not gonna hire me after you see this video. That's it. I blew it. I'm not gonna be considered. The scene is gonna. Nah, it is shitty lighting. It was. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, another tricky question. So I'm not saying that people should haggle you for your work because you're so fucking worth it. I think your work is amazing. You're worth every penny and more. But if somebody contacted you and said, look, we love your work, but we can't quite meet the cost. And on the other hand, we're doing this thing that you love. And we know you're going to love this. This is fucking awesome.
This is a hard question.
Yeah. Would you consider it?
I would consider it if they allow me to shoot whatever I want. If this event is interesting enough.
Yeah.
Like if they want a discount and they want to control me and they want to have requests, I'm not up for it. But if I'm there and you have to do it my way,
Yeah.
then we're good.
Wouldn't you say that it's always your way, even when people...
And no.
No.
Like in the end, we're getting paid. Sometimes they have requests that maybe we don't like to do it, but it's always nice to make people happy. So if they have some weird requests, I would do it, but would I show it? No.
Yeah.
But I would do it for them.
Okay, I'm going to give you some weird requests that people might have, and you're going to tell me if you would do it or not, okay?
Yeah.
What if people ask you, please don't share our photos anywhere, not on your Instagram, not on your website?
I would do it.
You still do it?
But maybe if they told me after I shot them, because if they tell me before, you're doing these amazing stuff, but it's not going anywhere, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, so that would affect how you feel about
like it's just on the mental side, but I would still do a pretty good job with it because I've done a few which I think, oh, these are amazing, and they told me beforehand that they don't want to publish it, but the venue was amazing, the energy was great. You're just there shooting, wondering like, oh, this would be great for other people to see.
Yeah, it's always the amazing ones, huh?
Yeah.
They don't get published. Yeah, I got some of those too. All right, one more. What if they ask you like very specific retouching, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is that something you ever do for people if they ask you nicely?
I would remove, like with Lightroom now, it's very easy to remove things in the background,
Yeah.
I would do that.
Yeah.
But like to make some skin look smoother and stuff, I wouldn't do that.
So if you had to work on this skin,
Go to Bangkok.
go to Bangkok, get it done. I've been a
Yeah.
healthcare tourist. Highly recommend it. Go to Bangkok, get your laser eye surgery done in Bangkok, everybody. Okay, I want to talk a bit about the booking process now. As sometimes you meet people or you have a chat before they hire you, and sometimes you have to think whether you're going to click or not, right? And what are the things you look out for to figure out if you're going to work well or not? And if you think you're not going to work well so much, do you ever like turn some potential clients down and say, look, I don't think we're a good match? Or how do you approach this?
It's like maybe 99% I always accept anyone who wants to hire me.
Yeah.
Because I feel that's the appreciation from them to want to book me.
Yeah.
But there's always some that has specific requests that maybe doesn't suit my style. I would recommend them to other photographers that would suit their needs more.
Great.
Yeah. Safe answer.
yeah, safe. No, I'm the same. Not very often, but
Yeah.
if it happens, I would just say, hey, look, maybe you want this instead. Got a couple of simple questions for you now. Do you prefer shooting or editing?
I prefer both.
All right.
Yeah.
That's also an answer. Equally. What do you listen to while you're editing? Cheryl.
I don't listen to music when I'm editing.
Yep.
I don't listen to anything.
Nothing?
Nothing, yeah.
You just...
Like I've had this period where I haven't opened my Spotify for 6 months, so I had that kind of period as well. So
Wow.
I listen to these sounds.
Sound of nature.
Yeah, sound of nature.
Can hear Indonesian nature coming out.
Yeah, because like I'm just so hyper focused when I'm editing. I couldn't hear anything anyways.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you don't think you have anything like ADD, ADHD, attention
Yeah,
deficit?
a bit. Yeah. So that's why I cannot.
Wow.
Yeah, I cannot really listen. So
Right. But somehow you can hyper focus on
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
Interesting.
I don't need music.
We don't need music. All right. What about podcasts? You ever like listen to podcasts?
Yeah, I do, but not while editing.
Yeah?
Yeah.
While
Maybe
you're out
driving,
walking,
or
okay.
walking. Yeah.
Cool. Wow. Yeah, it's very different for me. I'd like to listen to stuff while I edit because otherwise like, my brain was like, well,
Yeah,
I
maybe
need to keep that extra.
maybe if I'm on a
input.
deadline, I might listen to like heavy metal songs
Yeah.
just to pump it up.
Wow.
But once I edit, I don't really listen to it anymore. Like I don't hear it anymore.
Wow. Never thought of you as a heavy metal head, but now you're going to wear those. Oh.
Yeah.
Look great on you. Wow.
Yeah, thanks.
So what's your favorite heavy metal band?
It's a Japanese band. It's called Maximum the Horizon.
All right.
Maximum the Hormone.
Maximum the Herman.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll check it out.
Yeah.
Never heard it. Amazing.
Yeah. You want these back?
Sure. Has there ever been a moment where you felt like things clicked for you and it set you on the path that led you to your current style in photography and the way you shoot?
Yeah.
Has there been, can you remember anything that felt like a moment that swayed you, or was it more like a slow process, like little by little? How did you get there?
So I found my style not when shooting weddings. It's 2 years before that, or 1 year before that. So in 2009, I went to a mountain in Indonesia. It's called Mount Bromo, and I just saw 2 people walking towards a mountain. And I shot that, and I was like, this is really cool. Because I've never shot like a properly composed photograph before. And even until today, if I see that image, I still can't believe like, oh, I took it. That's the click moment for me. So after that, I knew that, oh, my photos could look great if I compose it properly or well enough.
Wow, nice. So when you think about compositions,
You need to switch.
all right. The light's not so good on me anymore. This is terrible. But yeah, we'll go with the glasses.
Should I wear glasses?
Let's do it. So when you think about compositions, do you follow any rules that you made up for yourself, or do you do you follow any rules when you think of compositions, or do you always experiment and go with whatever feels right in the moment?
For composition, I keep it very simple. So the first thing is if it doesn't add to the photos, eliminate it from the image. And the second one is keep a straight horizon. So
Yeah.
I don't usually do the Dutch angle thing.
I'm
No.
so not a fan.
Yeah. Those are the
Yeah.
two things. So keep
Yeah.
it just keep it simple, make
Yeah.
it like everything is in place in the image. So if I see like a small branch on the top left corner, that's not my image. Yeah.
So you would remove that in Photoshop,
Or
if you
just
can
crop
in
it.
the
Yeah, I'll
moment,
just crop it or just going closer.
whichever
yeah,
way, but
Whatever.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really good. Yeah, I'm also a fan of straight horizon always. I think we're getting close to the end. Let's.
Yeah.
It's getting dark here, but we got some good content. That was awesome. I love that rule. What makes you think that a photograph would work better in black and white as opposed to color?
I think it's just contrast. Black and white doesn't work if there's no contrast, in my opinion.
Interesting.
And in color, you can just shoot a random scene with a film-like look and it looks good. But if it's in black and white, you need contrast.
You need contrast for
Yeah.
black and white. Love that. And a tiny little gear question. I wonder what you're shooting on at the moment. I remember you were shooting Fuji a while back. And in terms of gear, have you tried other competing cameras recently? Have you tried, the latest Nikon that has this
Yeah.
nice little dials, vintage look, or
So
obviously
actually,
the
yeah,
Sonys?
I
What do
don't
you
use
think?
I don't use Fuji anymore now.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Didn't know.
So after Fuji, I've had a period of Lumix, I've had a period of Sony, and now I'm with Nikon.
Oh wow! So you switched quite a lot.
Yeah, I'm not a brand ambassador anymore because
For a reason.
for
I
a
see.
reason, yeah, for a reason because I want to. I'm in YouTube also, so I want to have that freedom to just try lots of stuff. So I've been doing that. So I've had Leicas in between those periods of time as well. But now I use a Nikon ZF.
Yeah, those are
ZF or
beautiful.
ZF? I don't even
Yeah, I know what you're trying to. They're so beautiful.
Yeah.
I've been looking at them like,
Yeah.
oh my god, they're so beautiful.
It's my favorite camera right now.
Wow, amazing.
I use it for weddings, and sometimes I bring a Leica Q2 or a Leica M11 just for a second option on the day, but mostly just one body Nikon ZF and just winging it.
Do you have a favorite lens for that camera at the moment?
Yeah, it's an older lens. It's a 58 millimeter lens. Have you seen that before?
Nope.
No, it's a 58 millimeter 1.4 for the DSLR line. So it's a nano lens. Also, it's a premium lens, but it has the best sharpness and softness ratio on a autofocus lens.
Amazing. We got to
Yeah.
try it.
Yeah.
Wow, my favorite used to be the. I used to love the Sigma 50 Art. What an amazing lens. That was beautiful.
But it's
But
huge.
So heavy.
Yeah.
Oh, I was so happy not to use it anymore. So heavy. It was like, 1
Yeah.
kilo. It's like my hand would hurt. But hey, quick question about phone cameras. I think I've seen you, maybe it was a sponsored content, I'm not sure, but
Yeah.
you did something for Samsung.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
What about other phone cameras? Have you tried
I think for now I'm not allowed to talk about
Okay,
other
all right.
cameras.
We're not allowed to talk about this. This is all right. Okay. We won't go there. Cool. Gov.
But
it's
no,
been a-
what was
yeah.
the question? Like,
We can do it later off camera.
Yeah.
Sorry, everyone.
All right,
You're not gonna
okay.
listen to this. We're gonna keep it private for now. No, I was curious to see what you think about other phone cameras. Yeah.
I think like if you're talking about all the premium lines of each brand,
Yeah.
they're all pretty good right now.
Right.
Yeah,
I think
they're
so
they're
too.
all improving.
Yeah.
So it's just like minor details between each brand. So anything is great. Like if you're talking about iPhone, obviously the video is great, but the camera, other brands are just smashing it, like in the telelens, in the raw files, and the resolution and everything.
Amazing.
Yeah.
But you recommend Samsung, right? For phone cameras. Amazing. Cool. So next week, workshop here in Bali?
Yes.
That's super exciting. Are you one of the organizers?
I'm one of the organizers, yes.
Wow, amazing.
Yeah, with Cheryl, and we have one friend, Irene, who's helping us also. So it's the three of us, the main team, but we're having some people helping us as well, yeah.
Is it the first time you run this, or have you done it
It's my
before?
second time.
Second time, amazing.
So we had one last August,
Yeah.
and we're doing it this March. But maybe we'll do it next August, because like 5-6 months period is too short in a way. But yeah, we're learning, so yeah.
Well, if you do it March next year, I would love to join you next time.
I think August.
August is happening, and that's it.
I'm planning to do one in Japan. Maybe we can meet in Japan.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. So, Gov, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having
It's been
thanks
super
for,
interesting.
Thanks for coming to Bali from
Of course.
Bangkok. You're here just like for 4 days, and it's crazy.
Of course. No, I'm glad we could do this in person. And here we go. I'm glad we could do this in person. Look at us. The lighting changed. We had this amazing sunset, and now we're down to this electric lights. It's fine.
Yeah.
We're in this amazing place. Yeah, I love it. We could do this in person. I think there's something to it. It's like, as opposed to just like webcams and online.
Yeah. I hate online podcasts. Like
Right.
you're just talking to the monitor, and we're not sure if they're listening to us or not.
Yeah, and there's always a little delay, and it just feels more artificial. So I'm trying as much as I can to keep this in person only. I'm trying to keep it in person. So thank you so much, Gov. And
Thank you.
Yeah, look forward to joining one of your workshops.
Cole actually wanted me to go to Iceland to do one of his workshops, but we'll see.
Amazing. Well, it's much closer to Europe.
Yeah.
So I've never
We'll
been
see.
to Japan, so I'd love to
Oh yeah,
come and join
Japan
you there.
was
Yeah. Fuck
is way cooler.
yeah. Sorry, Cole. Iceland is not cool. Nobody wants to go to Iceland anymore. We'll go to Japan. Well, thank you. I'm going to call it off here.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye bye.